surprising how we get to this is the finished product. So the sheet goes on, the round bales go up the sides. These are hay bales, they'll feed the cows. So as we use the hay, we'll pick these off, put them in the cows, no issues. And a row of bales that aren't fit for selling, we always keep them because they go up on top of the barn. They'll go in the cows as well. They don't care about that, they love it, in fact. So that's the finished product, but we've got to remember where each product is. And you'll know the ryegrass is in this area, but you won't know where it finishes, so you won't know where to start to get in there. But what we'll do is just mark the sheets this year, and then we know where to start if we want to get in the Timothy's per se, and we want to start at the very edge of it. We've got to start where that bale is there. So yeah, try and be a bit more prepared this year. The next day we've been spending the morning just getting the sides of the sheets up, the hay ready. We're going to run the baler today, so I'll get you some hands-on footage of that. Daisy's away today, it's her birthday, and she's got plans. We've got 2 fields of Timothy here. We're going to round bale 100 bales, and then the rest is going into small bales. So farmer is going to take over from us in a little while. We should be done here then for all the hay at the farm. Then we're going to Graham and Martin's. That's a little bit further from home, so it gets a bit tricky then. The nights get late again. It's getting the trailers home and blowing machines off ready, so all of that takes a little bit extra time. When it's close to home, it's nice and easy. So farmer's going to take over tedding from us, and Uncle Franklin will come and run the rake, nice and gentle through it today. We could have got onto some of these last night, but 3,000 bales was a good day, and it meant nobody had to run late last night. So and it's a lovely day today. It's a better day today than it was yesterday, so I think we're probably better off waiting to do them today. They'll be better. They just, with the sun on them, they just make better bales. I don't know what it is. The sun just crisps them up, and yeah, everything goes a lot nicer when the sun's on it. That's not to say you can't make bales in cloudier conditions. You can, but it just doesn't. Everything just works hard when it's cloudy. In the sunshine, everything works really nice. So anyway, we're going to ted this out, and then we'll jump on the baler. I'll show you how that goes. We'll see what we end up with at the end of the day. We'll probably be picking some up after we finish baling, and tomorrow we're on to some meadow hay. So I don't know, I hope you're liking these videos. I'm doing my best with it. We're running 12 to 14 hours every single day for the last it's been about 2 weeks now. So yeah, everybody's getting a little bit not tired, but it just starts getting on you. I had had a funny situation yesterday. I was dragging the tedder deck down a steep hill with no way for overtaking opportunities for cars, and I had some clown in there trying to get round me, and then he wants to fight me at the bottom. So I don't know what that's all quite about, but people have forgotten where their food comes from, I think, and it's yes, quite frustrating when you're out here working these hours and then nobody appreciates what you're doing anyway. So, but that's just life, and you get idiots everywhere, I suppose. And right, we're going to crack on with this, and we will pick it up when we're on the baler. This might be the only chance we actually get to run this thing. Whenever you enter a new field, whenever you're starting off for the day, you've got a few checks you've got to make. So what we're going to do is just bale some up. Right, first of all we need to change our box into creeper box. Like that. Now we're in, it's not a creeper box, but it's it's a low range. We lower our reel down. Coal is behind me, we'll get that going in a minute. Let's just get things going here a second. We're on the first row round, which is always big. I'm just going to get out the way of Cole a minute. She runs at 540. That's a little bit too fast. Something like that. we'll do is just pump out 5-6 bales, and then we'll get out, we'll check the length, we will check the weight. You can see them coming out. All right, Carl. Not too bad, are they? All right.
Yeah, that's what I bloody think he's chucking out long and again.
Did he tell you about that 1,000 thing he had with the John Deere?
Yeah, that's what I got that one.
Yeah.
I've got that one on the 540, so...
No, but if there is a problem, you want it while it's under warranty, don't you?
Yeah, Monday.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
They can come back and get it right.
Yeah, because next season I'll have paper.
Yeah, exactly. But it's every, like... It's very strange. It's like every 25th bale.
He said there's sometimes one in a pack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really, really odd.
Yeah, I know. I'm hoping I'll try it without adjusting anything on the 540.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to try adjusting it. I don't know whether I've got the barrel length halfway between a wad and not a wad, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So if I just back it off a little.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, Keithy was worried that that's what it was doing before it started going wrong.
Yeah, it might be.
It might just be on its way, you know.
It might stop again.
Yes,
completely.
yeah. Hopefully not. Fingers crossed. It's simple. I don't understand how that would affect things too much, really. You know, once it's spinning, isn't it?
Depends if it drops the speed slightly, it might. I don't know.
No, I don't know. No, we haven't done nothing with them, so.
I've done 10,000.
Yeah.
But you know, you'd have thought we'd have sorted it out by now, wouldn't you?
Yeah, yeah. Well, this one's making a consistent bale each time, so
yeah,
that one should be as well, shouldn't it? And Edwards does.
Yeah.
So there's no reason it shouldn't, is there?
No.
So we've got to get it to where it is, haven't we?
Well, I should do some fiddling around, and if we can't get it, then are we doing all of this field, or
all of this?
What's the headlands and that for
round ones?
Round.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. And when you get to a big, thick lump like this, you've got to go steadier because the flake is going to be larger. So you have just got to take it in a bit steadier, and the machine it'll take it in and pump the bales out. But if you want a nice shaped bale, you have got to go steadier and let the machine put the right amount of flakes in per bale. So when the row thins out a bit, we can go up the speed. But look at that going in there. It's about the biggest row you're ever going to see. And she is taking it, splitting them up. Cole's just, he's doing some checking, just making sure what's going on with what bales and what baler. But I'm sort of just, I know this is my row, so I can check it as I go by, but for the most part it's pretty consistent. But Cole did notice that it did throw a couple of long ones on the first time round, but that is a super thick row, and I imagine it is just row size. Look at these rows, look at this, you know, they're enormous, you know. We're in the lowest gear we got, unless we go to creeper box, but we don't want to do that because it won't come out. But look at this going in the baler. Just driving past my own row, I think it's more to do with you know, keeping the row consistent, keeping the material in the baler consistent. Maybe that's what the issue was all along, but we won't know until later. We'll once we've got a few rows laid out, we'll be able to spot the row the road bales. But these balers are known, you know, they're well known to throw a very, very consistent sized bale. Now the fan on the back there, that is blowing air across the knotters, keeping the knotters clean and free. And every 15 minutes it will reverse, and anything caught up on the grill there will blow off. So that's pretty cool. I'll give Linda a call in a minute. She's the one that'll know who's throwing what. And they don't like it on the bends. You can feel it, you know, you can still feel it like you could with the old John Deeres. They didn't like it when you started turning the baler. They didn't like it. And these are just the same. Maybe we were looking at the wrong baler. Maybe it was this one. I'll give him a call in a minute. Anyway, this thing runs like a sewing machine. Unbelievable. I don't think we made a mistake in getting one of these, you know. But once we've got all the kinks ironed out, you know, we'll and it's, you just got to use them to know what they're going to do, what they like, what they don't like. Every machine has these quirks. They all have different quirks. They all have different things that they like doing and don't like doing, you know. And it's just getting to know the machine, knowing what you got to do with it, you know, knowing what speed to go, when to go fast, when to go slow, all little things. And it's just machine learning. You just got to do it. So we're on the bend now, so you'll see us start knocking in a minute. Just, you can just feel the plunger a little bit more. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to get around this. You have to drive literally off the road to let the baler come round onto the road. We're scooping it all up. And then the road's going to thin out a little bit here, so we can go up a couple of gears. And you just want, I'm guessing you just want the same amount of material in that chamber at all times. So if the road thins out, you've got to speed up to get the same amount of material in there. And I imagine that's where the road bales come from. It's when you change speed, or you know, you're putting more material in at a certain speed. Maybe that's it. But yeah, this thing's much nicer to drive than the old balers, which is on standby still. That thing will probably stick around, I'd imagine. Farmer, you know, it's so handy having a spare. You can go and grab, especially on days like today when the sun's out. It's not even meant to be a sunny day. The weatherman had it as a cloudy day today, so we're blessed with a bit of weather here. We had a word with Carl. He's been on the phone, and we put it down to, it shows up on both balers, he said, and it shows up on the big rows on the outside. So that was quite interesting actually. So these are Cole's bales to the side of me, so as we're going along we can sort of look at them. But basically it's the way, it's the amount of material feeding in. I imagine it's a lump, you know, when you get a big lump, big robe, a lump goes through and throws an odd size bale. So I imagine that's probably the gist of it. It's just like any job. There's a certain speed you can go. There's a certain amount of material it can take. We're into a bit bigger here, so we've got to come down the gears. Just let the baler do its thing. You know, 2 balers ahead of 1 packer. We're always going to stay ahead, so there's no need to just go like crazy. Get some consistent bales under our belt. We're going to be checking throughout the day anyway and see what's going on. On my next time round I'm going to get off and check density. I'll show you that. Basically I'm just checking the weight of the bale, how much material's in a bale. We don't want them crazy heavy and we don't want them light either, so there's always a happy medium. But we'll check them when we get to the end. We'll check them when we start our ups and downs. We're on the last time round. There's a weird annoying beep coming from somewhere. I don't know where it's coming from. Farmer fixed the dial though on here. It's gone. I fixed it. I have no idea where that beep come from. That's going to be super annoying. There's always something to annoy you. But Farmer got a new dial put in here. This dial never used to read right. So farmer got a new one put in. Now it reads right. Oh, it's back. Go away. There's a heck of a crop out in this field. Yeah, we're both nearly down in, well, I've been in bottom gear most of the, literally most of the time. Linda's coming down my road now. I've got a few bus ones here. You're gonna have to bear with me with the beeping. And this is where one string wasn't tying. And the reason for that was, I've got to be ever so careful rebaling these. Let's go in the right gear here. You'll go as slow as you can. And you've got to rebale them very steady. You don't want to just go barreling into those. But we can rebale them. We just got to go ever so steady, let it take the material in, just clutch it. And basically is where these spools changed over. So whoever swapped tied the spools last, it just pulled through, the knots pulled through, so that sometimes happens. That's probably the only one of the most likely reasons you'll get a broken string on. First thing you always look for. And then you might have a knot go through, you know, one of your knots go into the knotters, and you might have a blockage there sometimes. We figured out what the beep was. This little, is the beep's on this handle. I ain't touching it because I've managed to turn it off. I turned the tractor off, that didn't cure it. I was like, right. That was starting to get annoying. But yeah, we're in the second field now. Farmer's in here with the round baler. We're going to get this one cleared up. We want about 100, oh, I think 150, 100 round bales, 100 Timothy, that'll do us. So farmer's going to bale up 100 and that'll be good. But we're catching up with Cole. What's that road like? Might get some side-by-side action unless the battery runs out, and then we won't. This baler runs, it is literally probably half a gear faster if you want tidy bales, if you want the bales looking the same. So you can go a gear or two faster than this. It'll give you some scruffy bales, but that's not what we're after. Cole's baler is just chucking out some bales. They're pretty tidy. We're pretty sure our long bale issue is to do with the size of row you've got in front of you and how much you're stuffing in the machine. We've got to slow down here, our row's just got bigger. If it all cuts off, it's because the batteries ran out. There's our baler. You don't get too many moments like this where you find yourself together. So it's pretty cool. Cole's got a pretty big row there. I've got a pretty big row here, to be fair. Running the Renault today, nothing wrong with that tractor, comfy tractor that. But bales today seem to be a lot more consistent. Are we going to beat him to the end? That is the question. Are we going to do it? I don't know. It's going to be tight. There we go. That's pretty cool, isn't it? That happens probably once or twice a day where you run side by side like that. And there's not a lot in it, you know, we're what? 0.2 of a mile an hour faster, nothing. You could go up a gear. It could go up a gear, you know, but your bales start becoming inconsistent then. That's pretty cool. Dusty out there. Look at our roller. You know, you can push it. You just have to drive to the road. You know, if you've got a huge row, you've got to go slow. If you've got a small row, you can go a bit faster. Flipping out, we've got a big row here. Look at that. That's plenty big enough. Really, they're too big in my eyes. It starts snagging and then sucking lumps in, and then yeah, just throws everything off a little bit. It's nice when it flows in like water. When you get a nice steady row and you can match the speed of the reel, and it all just flows in the baler like water. That is what you want. That is perfect. We're in the slowest gear. This is our slowest gear. We can't go any slower. Anyway, we've had a good afternoon. We've got 4 rows left after this. I imagine we would have done 3,000, I would have thought. Maybe more, maybe less, we'll see. We'll pick them up, we'll get a total off Linda, we'll get some footage off the packer quick. At the end. Coles Baler is throwing lovely bales. I wouldn't have been displeased if we had that baler at all. From what I've seen of it, I wouldn't have been displeased. You know, if Farmer would have got one of those, it wouldn't have, you know, I don't think we would have been upset. But we just noticed, literally, this one is just, everything on it is just beefier. It just looks more big baler-esque. You know, everything's beefed up, and that's the only difference really. You know, we can go up a gear. Our row's about twice the size of Cole's, so you know, it's really hard to compare the balers unless you get a row for row, you know, the same exact row. So, there we go. Right, we'll come back later. Right, so we're done with the baling for today, but it's time to get everything ready for tomorrow. So Farmer's unloading some. Keith and Dave are back. Cole's just backing one up. He's just blown his baler off. We're going to blow this off, blow the rads out, grease up, oil the chains, and then tomorrow morning we ain't got to touch this. We can just fuel up, put the string in, and away we go. We'll do the string as well tonight, so we get ready for tomorrow. That saves one job for tomorrow then. And we've got a little bit of meadow hay to go on to tomorrow. We'll have a little look at Farmer unloading some in a minute. The old man's out there loading some up. Linda's out there packing still. And we'll get the rest of them picked up. I reckon about 3,000 again for the day, but we'll ask Linda at the end, see what we did. David has just come to offer to blow off the baler for me. Thank you, David. That's very kind of you.
That's the operator's job.
No. That's the apprentice's job. You are apprentice. You are young grasshopper. Young grasshopper clean. You can pass me this hood down if you want. There's one here as well.
Got a special tool with it.
Yeah, big washer. Right, you need to pass this to you. Got it?
Yeah.
It's heavy. Oh my God, Dave. That is carnage in there. That is carnage. Woo. There's 3,000 on the clock, but I guess that was yesterday as well, so I'm guessing we've done another 1,500, so Cole would have done the same.
Yeah.
I don't know if we cured our long bale thing or not. I can't.
He said they were better when he was putting them in the shed.
He did?
Yeah.
Good. What we've changed, Dave, is we've just gone down the gears.
Yeah.
It seems to be the real big rows, if you take in a massive amount in one go, at the time it wants to knot, it pushes a long one. That's what it feels like. And it's both balers, it ain't just the one baler. So I think it's just more about consistency, you know, a nice steady row and a consistent row.
Yeah.
I think that's the key to it all. The state of this filter, look. That's why we blow stuff off. That's one day's use. We blow this off every day. Blow off all the engine, blow off that. You don't have quite so many issues. You keep them all blown off and keep everything oiled and greased. It cuts half the problems in half. Just saying the bale size today is perfect. Pick 3 at a time off like that. Spot on. 42 at a time like that. Whoops. Got to do the ends one, you've got to cross them, otherwise the ends will fall out. You don't want that. You just got to cross the ends. Those are some beautiful bales, I can see from here. The what? The dog? How many? How many packs?
How many packs? 3,000 birds.
Easy, isn't it? Easy. Gone. How many round ones did he make? Did he say?
Never said words, you know.
100. There's got to be 100 there, isn't there?
It wasn't as thick out here though, was it?
No.
Not by a long
No, the other field was better.
Yeah.
That was the better field out of them all, really.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Right, that's it.
Oh my god.
Start again tomorrow, eh? Right, there we go, 3,000. That's the end of the day. We just picked up the last ones. The round ones will sit out there until farmer gets impatient and brings them in. But they're eating nothing, staying out there, and we ought to really leave them there for a little bit longer than we did last year, let's put it that way. But right, we're going to leave it there. We've had a really good day. 3,000 bales. Bales are beautiful. Everything's just right. Everything's working. It's nice. It's easy. So we got another block to go on to tomorrow. So I don't know. Might have a day off the camera tomorrow and start again in a couple of days' time. Because yeah, it's pretty hard work if I'm honest. But thanks very much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time. There's that dog.